Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Clone Evolution. I had to pause there for a second, make sure I'm saying the right game. Now I'm wondering what's going to happen this winter. If I can't do the outdoor vlogging series, I kind of got hooked on making a third show. Maybe we'll just do more live streams once we get up to the 1,000 viewers. Getting really close, almost reached 800 today. I don't know, it spiked up to, I think, what was it, 798 or something? And then a bunch of subscribers fell off. Usually what it is, guys, if you subscribe to my channel, try subscribing again, because YouTube always disconnects people from subscribing. I don't know what it is. I know back when I used to do my ancient mystery stuff only, I had my subscribers almost up to this point. And then one day I logged in and like almost all of them were gone. I was like, what the fuck? Did everyone just do like a mass exodus because I stopped creating content? Possibly. It's probably the victimhood where I'm trying to blame YouTube for everything. It made me a little suspicious. I was like, geez, how come I had a huge drop all of a sudden? Normally you have a huge drop if you come up with the offensive episode and everyone deletes you, but if you're not even creating anything, it seems a little weird. No, it's funny, someone was telling me in the chat that Maple is not a hot babe, she's actually a gay guy. I think that's what she put, or they put, which I don't know if it's true or not. I think someone was saying that they knew who Maple was, and I forget who they are. I was going to check with them, or I was going to message the girl and see if it is Maple. So I don't know, I'll ask her. Is she a gay guy, or is she really a girl? Not that it really matters to me either way. The odds of meeting people these days is almost 0 to slim because, I don't know, the government's going to be doing more and more lockdowns. Now in Canada, we almost escaped having our Prime Minister do the lockdowns, but there was a catch. No one else that we have as an option is anti-lockdown. So it's like, even if we did have a vote of no confidence and got a new vote for a new leader, we literally have no choice. So it's a little bit fucked up. I don't know. I'm getting so sick of watching the news and that stuff. I really don't even care at this point anymore. I'm just going to follow the creator's advice that he gave to Shwanasawi and follow all the creator's rules. Concern myself with my own tribe or family and not get too down in the dumps either way. Really, until they try to drag me away and put me in one of those contamination facilities and force injections into me. That's probably when I'll be pissed. And even my dreams where that happens, I still escape out the window. So I really got nothing to worry about. I'm good at climbing out of windows. Right, I think we're doing the, what is it, the 10 brown scroll draw tonight. Because the limited event shit is coming up. I tried to check out the limited event earlier today and it kept crashing every time I clicked on the icon. So I thought that was a sign that they're bringing in the Halloween event soon. Hard to say. Right, so we did get a couple comments and questions from the viewers. Maybe we'll cover those to start off the show too. Yeah, holy shit, today's episode got more comments than likes. So guys, when you comment, don't forget to like the video too. Not that I'm chasing likes, but YouTube likes to promote channels that are commercially viable. And they even threaten to delete ones that aren't, so all the likes the better. Alright, so first we got a comment from, let's get the game playing a bit so we can watch the game and read some comments. Let's maybe check some guild action. Ooh, 4 purples. That's pretty sweet. Now, someone was telling me if you want to start your own guild, what you have to do is be in no guild, and then it gives you the option. So I was thinking maybe instead of making, doing all this guild stuff, maybe I'll start my own guild soon, and then everyone who watches the show can join in the guild. How is that for an idea, guys? If anyone likes the idea, put it in the chat. I'll consider doing it. 3 million power level. No one hard to defeat. Let's give it a shot. Hope it doesn't crash the game. Hopefully we can actually still play the game. Alright, so the first comment is from Wizard the Board Time Lord. Made my first gold hero. I need more duplicates to get a few more. So thumbs up, congratulations to getting your first gold hero. It's pretty sweet. I know I was really happy when I got my first gold, so definitely can relate to that feeling of happiness. Right, what's up Q is, or K, almost 800 subs. I was like, yeah, I got really close to 800 subs today, and then a few dropped down, but maybe some people subbed and then realized what my content is and then desubbed. Because I do some pretty wild stuff on, shut up phone, on paranormal video games. Like a jack of all trade when it comes to YouTube. Right, so we killed one guy in their team so far. Maybe that's a good sign. Come on, Jane Austen. Come back to life. There we go. Jane Austen saves the day. Right, so Barney Stinson put, I'm the real Maple. That Joe, he is gay. Then he also put, okay, I'm joining your server. My name is Suki. So I'm a little bit confused. Is Maple a girl or not? I'm a little slow. Maybe I'll figure it out one day. Right, so we got another comment by What's Up Q. Made my own guild, and so far it was successful. Lots of people joining in less than one day. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. If I make my own guild, can anyone just join it? Yeah, I think they can. Oh yeah, and I said, so no kidding, how do you create one? I tried to find the option, but no luck. It says, and then he put that all I had to do was pay 300 gems. And you can make it if you have no guild that you're in already. Yeah, so I might go ahead with that. If the viewers, if you guys want to put, should I make my own guild or not? Alright, so the only other news I had from my channel, let's check it out. Check it out. We got 255 views already for the whatchamacallit, the vlog. So that is my new record for the past episodes I've been doing lately. So right away I can see my vlog series, even a boring topic, is very popular in the views and likes. Let's check out the ratio. See if I'm getting ratioed at all, yo. Oh fuck, was the video playing the sound that whole time? It probably was. Sorry guys. I always forget when I have the sound off. Fucking hell. Alright, so I'm up to 13 likes, no dislikes. It's good. I noticed as soon as I stopped sharing my channel on social media, the likes or dislikes completely vanished. So it was just pissy people that didn't like me sharing my content. I don't know what's with that, eh? You guys notice that on social media? Some people are so against sharing your content. It's like, okay, so you create like a fucking group about something and you're surprised when people share content about it? Oh well. Right, so I guess I'll reread everything except this time with the fucking volume down. Son of a cock whore. Right, so Wizard the Time Lord put he made his first gold hero. He needs more duplicates to get a few more. So I was like, alright, that's sweet. I remember my first gold was fun too. Oh fuck, my team's starting to die. What the hell's going on? Slaughtered him last time. I thought this was going to be an easy battle. Alright, so What's Up put that I got almost 800 subs. Yeah, I almost reached the 800 sub mark and then bam. it started to plummet again. I don't know if it's YouTube or people actually not subbing or unsubbing. And then Barney Stinson put that he's the real Maple. That Joe, he is gay. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe Maple's a hot babe. Doesn't really matter either way. I appreciate her help, or his. Right, and then What's Up was putting that he made his own guild, and so far it was successful because lots of people joined in one day. It's like, congratulations, man. I'm thinking about doing the same thing depending what the viewers think. You guys think I should have my own guild? And they said he had to pay 300 gems, and as long as you're not in a guild, you can make one. So I might try that out, because as much as I like the guild I'm in now, I find really being in this guild is just backfiring, because I'm not getting any of the rewards I want. So it's kind of really annoying. But grass always seems greener on the other side, so maybe I should stick with this guild for a while longer. You guys put in the chat what you think. I'm willing to take your advice on it. Alright, while this battle goes too, we'll get a quick spin from the Bitcoin casino. We're at 37,420. Alright, the 420 number, my favorite. Hitler's birthday. I'm just kidding. It is though. Alright, so now at 37,436. Now I always found that funny that people celebrate 420, and I looked up what the date means, and it's Hitler's birthday. I was like, what the hell? Why are so many people celebrating it? I guess because of the whole pot thing, but maybe no one checked it. It's funny, I know a couple that got married on 420. I should bring it up and be like, on their wedding anniversary, give them a happy birthday Hitler card. No, that'd be mean. So I probably will. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, I shouldn't make Hitler jokes. It's really mean. No, really, there's been lots of genocides in history. Way worse than World War II. So I don't know why history freaks out so much about Hitler. It's like, man, the Armenian genocide was pretty brutal. It's like fucking Ukrainian, the Irish one, like how many different ones? Why our society just focuses on one all the time seems really weird. All the First Nations genocide, all that stuff. It's like, man, you don't see any fucking organizations protecting mean words about those, right? Not that I don't think any of that actually happened. It's actually how my one grandfather and grandparents escaped from Ukraine. I don't know, when I think about it, well, I won't get too much into that, political, but yeah, my grandma was in prison, sentenced to death, and oh yeah, my grandpa, he was also in the same prison, sentenced to death, and while they were awaiting their death row sentence, my grandpa managed to bribe one of the guards by saying, hey man, if you let me escape, I'll give you my life savings. So then the guard was like broke as hell, so he took the money and he's like, yeah, I'll help you escape. And then he was like, you can bring one person with you. So I don't even know if he knew my grandma, but he grabbed her and they both escaped. And then they came to Canada. No, what my grandma was in for was she was one of those dream psychic people. I don't know how that arranged her to getting sentenced to death. I never really got all the details on that. My grandma died pretty young. Shortly after my second oldest brother's birthday. So she didn't even live long enough to meet all my brothers. Now I'll share a picture of her sometimes. She's the one that I got the dreaming ability from, I believe. And a few other things I probably didn't want to inherit, but hey, it's not all fun and games when you inherit shit. Not diseases or anything, well, not as far as I know. Maybe genetic ones. Now what I found interesting is that my grandma kind of had some health issues. And then I looked into the history of people that have the dreaming ability, and usually that's what comes with it, some bad health issues. So I was like, ah shit, maybe that explains a little bit of it. So likely I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But really, does anyone really want to live to be 110, right? It's debatable. Maybe. Now I was gonna go do some more outdoor vlogging today, just fucking pouring rain, hurricanes. So I was like, shit, I don't want to break all my camera gear. Oh yeah, and the fucking drone batteries I ordered from Calgary, they showed up already today. So the next vlog, I should be able to finish some of my extra camera work to add to it. Let me know if you guys like the vlog or not in the chat. If anyone even bothered to watch it. I think it's kind of a weird topic unless you live in my city, because it's about one of the schools that's closing in our area. But the future vlogs are going to be more inclusive content where it'll be like world issues and stuff. So you guys won't just be left out in the topics. I'll try not to make them too conspiratorial. So what I'll do is probably debunk conspiracy ideas. Or no, label it as a debunking video. But I'll cover both sides and it'll be up to the viewers to decide. And technically, as a YouTuber, we're not allowed to take the facts and decide. We have to say that it's not a conspiracy. So I really have no option of whether or not to present the ideas and agree with them one way or the other. Which is good in a way. Oh yeah, I do have to agree one way. When am I kidding? Yeah, it's the whole part of the opposite prophecy. I guess from North America, we went from freedom of speech to the complete opposite to totalitarian fucking regime ordering us what we're allowed to say. It's kind of interesting. Now, I'm not all down in the dumps, but it's a good challenge. It should make it kind of interesting content too, because the one comedian that does it is hilarious. What is his name? Ryan from Toronto? He's like, I completely agree with women's rights. They're equal with men. No, I think he's just joking because he's a comedian, but I was like, yeah, it's pretty funny, right? Like, the algorithm only listens to you, so as long as you're shaking your head and stuff, you can be saying the opposite and they'll never know. Unless they develop an algorithm for that, then we'll have to find something more clever to beat the algorithm. Nah, it never seems to fail. Just when I go to hit record, and then there's always someone walking in the hallway, so I had to go close the door. It's funny, no one will come down the whole day, and then as soon as I record, it's like a fucking siren to say, hey, come downstairs and make noise. Oh well. At least it gives me more content for the show. Now I notice my roommates are all paranoid that I'm saying mean stuff on YouTube and the authorities are going to be called, so like they're trying to listen in to what I'm recording, and I'm like, fuck guys. It's really annoying. It's like you don't see me like when you have a phone call going to sit next to you trying to listen in to what you're saying. It's fucking annoying. It's like, yeah, sure I say some pretty awful stuff, but I don't think it's that bad that authorities will show up. You never know in Canada these days. Now our Prime Minister is probably on a fucking high horse trip that he found out that he can't get fucking no confidence out of office. And it was funny because our leader, like Trudeau or whatever, all the other parties said they didn't support him at all because he was a nightmare. And then for some reason we got the NDP party and the Green Party with some power. It's like they didn't get any votes. So it's like, why are these people in our fucking office controlling our government? Makes no sense. But anyways, it's like, yeah, so when he came up for the no confidence vote, guess what happened? The people that said they wouldn't support him over anything, they fucking supported him. It's like, you lying sons of bitches. But it was kind of funny too, because even if we did hold the election today, all of our leaders are still pro-lockdown, pro-carbon tax. There's nothing different about any of them. So I was like, what's the point of switching leaders if they're all the exact same values? The only thing they differ on is how to label bathrooms, and I don't really give a shit how the bathroom's labeled. Now, and Trudeau's actually the best out of the options we got. The other option's like some fat old guy named Aaron. I was like, really? It's like you have a woman's name and you want to lead our country as the conservative leader. It's like, you think the conservative leader could have had a man's name if he's a man? Is that too much to ask for? It's like, I don't know, I guess I have heard, like, I don't know, like, I know lots of women named Erin, and not like A-R-O-N, like E-R-I-N, Erin. So I don't know, like, I know hundreds of women named Erin. I've never met a man named Aaron. It'd be sort of like in Star Trek, how they named the woman Michael. It's like, how many women do you know named Michael? It's like, it's so fucked why they have to do this gender swapping shit. Not that I have anything against it, but it's the whole opposite thing, right? They gotta take everything that's opposite and just shove it down your throat. So I'm gonna listen to the creator's plan and just fucking ignore it all. I don't really give a shit what turns opposite anymore. The only opposite I'm looking forward to is when I have fucking millions of dollars and hot babes. Who knows? Maybe that opposite ain't so far off as far as it seems in the fucking horizon when you're almost 50 in your mom's basement. Oh well. Yeah, to each their own. I'm pretty sure if I had the hot babes and millions of dollars, it would be a nightmare too. I'm pretty sure. Now, I was asking in the chat on the Facebook group if everyone's looking forward to the big Halloween event. And it's been pretty much universal, except for I think one guy who liked it. But everyone else said they hated the Halloween event. It was one of the worst ones for Clone Evolution. So I'm like, worse than the Hunger Games? We'll have to see, right? For me, the Hunger Games is a piece of shit, because I've been playing it for weeks and weeks, and I haven't got anything from it. No rewards of any type. Just those like tokens or whatever, and those tokens are useless, because if you make one wrong bet, they just take them all away. So I'm like, okay, so what am I doing here? I'm playing with these tokens, getting nothing. Yay! Reminds me of my success in real life. Going nowhere quick. No, but I don't know. I was thinking to ask you guys for locations that you want to see, but I've got so much that I need to film coming up. I don't know, I think I might make part 2 to the school right away, and then I'll get on to the Google buildings, then maybe some of the video game studios, then some of the prohibition fucking monuments that we got where our city just raked in millions of dollars back in like the old days by ripping off the United States, because they had the prohibition going, so we were able to sell them all our booze and just make a killing. It kind of reminds me how the Mexican drug lords make a killing off fucking weed being illegal in the States. It's like almost all the cartels are funded by fucking the state's drug laws. And it's interesting that I found out that the CIA and a lot of the different operatives within the government are actually working with the gangs. So I was like, yeah, no wonders they wanted drugs illegal, so that they could keep their money flowing to the fucking cartels. It's kind of interesting, eh? Who would have thought it was the CIA that was responsible for the fucking drug cartels? Oh well. We should have known when they killed Kennedy, right? Like, I can't believe that Kennedy got killed and no one did anything about it. Right then and there, the fucking CIA should have been dismantled. How they were able to keep their power, it's fucking mind-blowing. Oh well, absolute power corrupts absolutely. At least we got evidence of that. Oh boy. Yeah, so what video game news did I see today? I seen that there's some new hybrid console that can play every TurboGrafx-16 game ever made, including the cards, the CDs, and a whole bunch of other TurboGrafx-16 stuff, or like NEC or whatever it's called. Turbo Duo or whatever. But the one issue I got with that is like I own the TurboGrafx-16 and I still got some of the games, so I've been playing them on like my NVIDIA Shield. And the Shield can play them all perfectly. So I don't really understand what this console is offering. Well, they say what it does is it allows you to play the original cartridges and stuff. But I'm like, you're going to be playing original CDs? Are you fucking kidding me? CDs have a lifespan of like 10 years. So most of these CDs were pushing 20, 25 years old, maybe even 30. So I'm like, who really has a CD that's going to be able to play in this thing? I know that was the one big drawback with CDs and our generation never realized, is that when we were burning CDs, these burnt CDs don't last forever. If any light hits them, they're fucking toast. Yeah, they degrade, and then all of a sudden you have broken CDs. That's the one thing with record players. As shitty as the old technology was, I think that's the reason DJs use it in scratch, vinyl, whatever it's called. No, but that shit lasts forever. So it's like once you make a record in vinyl, you'll have it forever unless you fucking scratch the shit out of it or something. But if you just play it normally, it should last forever. Or, well, within our lifetimes. So newer isn't always better, right? So is anyone looking forward to that new TurboGrafx-16 console? I'll have to look up what it's called. I think they called it the... wasn't the Poly Mega or something like that? I can't remember. And they said it's going to be limited edition. I was like, how is this even legal, right? Like, another company is making a console that someone else designed? Like, I know in Brazil they were doing that, but they still had to buy the rights from the company, and then they made it in their country, right? So I think it could just be like the whole copyright system. Some people listen to it, some don't. Trademarks or whoever really wants to listen to it. Yeah, the other video game news, I was watching another show. This guy was playing a fan-made version of Metroid. Some guy made a version of Metroid. And it took him like 7 years to make it. Then he released it on cartridges. I don't know if he was selling them or what, but I guess he must have been if they were hard copies on cartridges. But then Nintendo gave him a cease and desist. So that's what, like, if anyone ever wanted to vote me in as a leader, that'd be the first thing I would do. I would cancel all the copyright and patent laws, and we could make all the Nintendo shit, fucking sell it to each other, and just rub it in Nintendo's face. It'd be like, billions of dollars, Nintendo, and fuck you. I can't stand Nintendo, man. Bunch of fucking businessmen hooked on crack and hookers. That's what Nintendo is. No, I'm not serious. I don't want to get slandered because fucking Nintendo is going to be fucking suing people that speak the truth. Nah, I'm just kidding, right? Nintendo, as soon as they started picking on the YouTube community, that is when that was my last straw with Nintendo. Like, it had already been well known that Nintendo stabs all their companies and third parties in the back. So that's why Sony PlayStation was invented. It's because they got sick of fucking dealing with Nintendo's backstabbing fuckers. Yeah, I know, for their defense, they just want more billions of dollars for coke and hookers, right? Nah, I'm sure they spend it on other things. I'm just speculation. We know those Japanese businessmen know what they're famous for. Yeah, I'll never forget the time that I met like a billionaire Japanese investor guy, and he had security guards. Like, you know, hired like I don't know if they were Yakuza or what they were, but he definitely had some fucking hardcore security guards. So I'm a janitor, so I have to go around cleaning the building. And I was like, I didn't realize that one of the security guards was in the washroom when I went to go clean it. And when I went to go clean it, guess what I found? Just right out in the open. He broke out like 4 or 5 lines of cocaine, and he was doing it right off the counter in the bathroom. I was like, geez, man, it's like normally in countries when people do this, they go into the stall and do it off the back of the tank, right? I keep the back of the tank really clean just for that. But no, he didn't care. He was like, he was just gonna break it out right on the fucking counter. Can you imagine how many old people walked in to use the washroom and seen the guy fucking doing lines? Yeah, he was a pretty cool guy though. The security guard didn't speak any English, I don't think. Or if he did, he just didn't respond. Now, one day I kind of wish I could learn a whole bunch of different languages. That would have been ideal for that situation. I've been like, hey man, hook me up. I'm just kidding. I never liked Coke. Some of my friends spiked me with it when I was younger. Now, and the problem I had with it is I could never catch a buzz from it. So I was like, what the fuck? Why are you guys paying hundreds of dollars for this shit? You don't even get a buzz. It's like, I'll just buy weed. I get way more for my money. You can get wrecked for fucking weeks for the amount that you spend in one day on Coke. And then someone else I knew was explaining it to me, and they're like, well, what it is normally cocaine in North America gets cut and cut and cut. So sometimes by the time you get it, it's not really enough to give you a buzz unless you're really lightweight. Being close to around 200 pounds, it's like probably have to take a lot of that before I'd actually notice any buzz from it. But apparently, if like you travel to like an island, like vacation destination where they're actually making it from scratch, like growing the cocoa leaves and processing it, then it's way more pure there. But I highly recommend not doing it, because almost everyone that I know that did it ended up starting to get hooked on harder drugs. Cocaine is definitely one of those gateway drugs. Next thing you know, you'll be fucking hooked on crack. And who knows, if you're getting severe depression, you're at the point of killing yourself, then maybe there calls for harsh measures. That was like Robin Williams, the comedian. He said that he killed himself because he couldn't handle fucking cocaine withdrawal. And he was going through rehab or whatever. That would have been like, Robin, man, just fucking do the cocaine. It's like, Jesus, it's better than you dying. Fuck's sakes. There had to be like a happy alternative. I'm sure he could fucking afford the cocaine, so like, what was the big deal? It's probably his family was trying to force him to quit. Nah, he was one of my favorite comedians, so when he died, that was pretty upsetting. It's like the world definitely lost one of our best heroes. I wonder, is there a Robin Williams hero in the game? Alright, 80 diamonds to challenge him, or jewels. Let's fuck that. Alright, let's do the message from the sponsor, and then after that we'll come back and do the 10 draw. See what we get for our brown scrolls. Yeah, sorry guys, there hasn't been much action in the game. It's been pretty difficult to keep the content flowing, but I'm doing my best. Hopefully as soon as the new event comes for Halloween or something, we'll get something new to bitch about. Yeah, maybe I'll make that as a goal at the beginning. I'll try my vlogging series once a week at the beginning. And then I'll try to bump it up from there once I start getting more and more success. Or not success, more time to make shit. Right, 60. Let's see what we got. Purples? Nah, horse shit blue. Alright, let's do the quick message from the sponsor. We'll be right back, folks. Today's non-limited event episodes were brought to you by Crack! Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo! Alright, we're back everyone. Let's do this 10 draw. See what we get. Hopefully it's better than crack. Yeah, my sponsor has the worst products. Gotta watch that shit. Whoa, Purple Harsh Assassin. I really don't mind that. I was thinking, man, if we would have got Hitler, that would have been the next best thing, but Yeah, I think I needed her for ingredients for something, or maybe I have 2 of her already. I'll have to check. That's pretty cool though. I didn't mind that draw. Let's see what it did for the limited event. Am I 1 point away? Fuck, still 5 away. Alright, so let's do one more. I know it seems like a waste, but I want those bullets and red squirrels, so let's do her up. Oh, no purples that time. That was some hardcore horse shit. Alright, that should be enough for some points. Alright, so that 30 bullets, I think it was worth burning those. It's going to take a while to recharge them, but hey. I don't believe we did the casino spins yet, but I'll just check to make sure. Okay, we need the casino, accelerate the battles, expeditions, arenas. Yeah, we still need everything basically. Alright, let's start with the casino. 1 draw. What did I get? Garbage! Now I had some progress with the diet program thing today, so let's check it out. I reached 202.0. Woohoo! So only 2 pounds to go to reach my goal, and running out of days to do it, so fuck, I really should have not ate that second bowl of chili today. I don't know, I only had 1 sandwich and 2 bowls of chili, so hopefully that's enough to still go down a little. Hoping. No, and I fucking killed it for working out. I only got 1 set of sit-ups left to go tonight. And fucking trim plants like a maniac again all day today. Dear God, do I ever always have a lot of weed to trim at harvest season. Once those tools arrive to do it automatically, I'm going to be in heaven. Might even grow more. Well, not more than 4 plants, but just keep growing 4 plants all the time. Now that I know that I can use that machine to process them faster. Because that's where I started to run into problems. Like, man, I can't keep up with growing these 4 plants. I should grow 2. Because I can't trim it all in time before it goes bad. It's like normally when it's time to harvest, I got all of it ready at once. And then I can't finish it. And finishing quickly is essential. I don't want to be staying up till like 4 in the morning fucking trimming plants 6 or 7 days a week. God, it's a nightmare. Isn't that funny, the opposite problem? It's like when I was growing up, I always had very minuscule amounts of weed. Always running out. Scraping crumbs off the ground with fucking tweezers. That's how much I was low. And now it's like I have pounds and pounds of it. I can't even keep up with it. Yeah, so I guess it is one opposite. It isn't so bad. You know, people that are in countries where it's illegal must be very envious, but it's kind of annoying when you get that much because then you just do more and then you raise your tolerance so high you can't even get a buzz from it anymore. Back in the days when I hardly had any, man, I was getting wrecked every time I got some. Now, I think that one buddy of mine was saying that at work, that once he had a hot babe for a girlfriend or a wife, he found it very frustrating. I was like, why? And he's like, well, my whole life I've been aspiring to get this hot babe. It's like, now that I have her, what do I do now? It's like, well, I don't know, get a new babe? It's kind of like Mike Tyson when he said he aspired his whole life, or no, it was Tyson Fury. He aspired his whole life to beat the Klitschko's. So when he beat the Klitschko's, he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? I already fucking aspired and beat my wildest dreams. It's like, now what? Then he ended up getting hooked on cocaine and almost killed himself driving his car off a bridge or something. Did you hear what saved him? Same thing that saved Hitler. He said just before he died, he got some voice in his head. Said, wait a minute, man, you're not fucking done on this earth yet. And the voice told him not to fucking crash his car. So he's like, holy fuck. He's like, why the hell am I hearing voices? So he stopped the fucking car. He said that's the only time in his whole life he ever heard voices, never heard him again. So I was like, can you imagine that, eh? Like Hitler had that happening. It's like all these weird people in life or in our universe. It's like, man, if they try to break the creator's plan, it's like a fucking angel or something comes from the fucking sky and corrects shit. I don't know, it's like the Twilight Zone or the Bible. That's what this one guy was putting there. He's like, man, a lot of the stuff you're talking about, it sounds like biblical fucking events coming to pass. I was like, yeah, the Bible or the Twilight Zone, one or the other. What the fuck? How many? The ordinary clones, the expedition, oh yeah, the tavern tasks. I was like looking at the arena, I'm like, I already did the arena. Alright, it's all complete horse shit. But what I'll do is collect the jewels from this horse shit. And then maybe I'll refresh that one. Yeah, I can hardly wait to be under 200 again. Every time I'm under 200, it just boosts my fucking spirits like you wouldn't believe. It's like my body feeling better makes my mind feel better, and it's like, I don't know if anyone's going through rough periods in your life, try self-improvement. You'd be surprised how well it works. Not to offer medical advice, but just going from my own experiences. I hate always having to say that. I wish anyone could give medical advice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I ever became leader, I'd have it so anyone could offer any of the medical advice they want. And if someone's stupid enough to listen to it, that's fucking evolution for you. Darwin's survival of the fittest. God, I mean. It's like today's horrible medical advice was brought to you by... Yeah, can you imagine someone giving the dumbest medical advice on YouTube and they can get in trouble for people listening to them? It's like, who should be in more trouble? The person who's smart enough to come up with a plan like that, or the person dumb enough to listen? And I hate making fun of dumb people. That's one thing that really pisses me off every time I hear someone make fun of dumb people. I think it's because it's like, I've always hung around with people that had Down syndrome, like my uncle. And at his school, a lot of his classmates are definitely not the sharpest tools in the shed, because a lot of them have mental issues and of all types. And those are really nice people, and I like them. So when I hear people making fun of dumb people, it's like, man, that pisses me off. It's like right up there with like kicking babies. I don't know who's been doing the baby kicking, but you better fucking stop. Rats, we need 26 more purples for another 3 draw. That sounds pretty good. Not that far off. No, I swear, if I hear anyone kicking babies, I can't threaten to do anything to you because of YouTube, but if I could... That's always thought that dumb people in general should always be allowed to speak. That's always like when YouTube starts censoring stuff, I'm like, what happens if dumb people just don't know any better? It's like, are they really not allowed to speak because they're not smart? It's like, how is that a law? It's like, shouldn't like dumb people be allowed to say everything they want and then other people just correct them? So they have a chance at learning, you know, like... It's like, you're dumb. You're not allowed to speak. It's like, what are we so afraid that people are going to hear dumb people and be like, oh, that sounds smart to me. would ruin our whole society if dumb people were allowed to speak. It would completely convince everyone to be dumb. Oh man. Now I kind of think with the way my health the decline goes, it's only a matter of time before I'm one of the idiots too, so pretty much already got one foot in the ground. Oh yeah, do you want to hear some of the local news that happened in my town today? I don't really know too much of the details, but from what I heard is my mom tried to shop in Walmart. When she got to the Walmart, police had closed off the building. It looked like, holy, a big event, tons of police. So then she tried to go to another Walmart because there was a sale. And same thing, she got to the other Walmart, fucking cops had it all closed off. So we're like, what the fuck, right? Like, why is Walmart's all closed? And so my mom ended up going to a place called Giant Tiger instead. And the manager explained to her what happened. I guess either a lone wolf or a coordinated attack of some type. But what happened was is they went into the Walmart and they fucking lit the toilet paper aisles on fire. And apparently Walmart put the damages down to like in the millions. I think tens of millions even. So yeah, that's why all the Walmarts were closed today. I was going to go film it and I was like, wait a minute. It's like, this is probably not a good thing to film because the authorities are probably still looking into the case. So let's just let them get it solved first before they fucking... Yeah, I don't want to get involved in open lawsuits and all that shit. But maybe as time goes on, if it was a really nice day, I probably would have filmed it, especially if there wasn't a virus or a lockdown. Because I was like, man, if I get caught going outside for no reason, I could probably get a lockdown fine. And then I really don't have the money to waste on that stuff right now. I don't know, yesterday, did I finish telling you guys what happened? I'm pretty sure I did. That school that I was trying to stop from getting torn down, I collected a whole bunch of evidence that shows that maybe it's getting torn down because they want to build those Canadian isolation facilities for the lockdowns. And I'm like, man, I don't know if that's for sure or not, so I'm just going to have to present the evidence and let people make up their own minds. And it was so weird, like, in case anyone is a new viewer and didn't hear it, when I made the video about the school getting torn down, my computer, I used the wrong computer. I should have used my backup computer. So I couldn't watch anything on the internet or browse Facebook, so I had to go onto YouTube and just kill time for a change. So I put on some videos, and it happened to be that video talking about how Canada is building these isolation facilities. So I was like, what the fuck? Maybe that's what the school's getting turned into. Because the last time that they rented it out to someone, it was another government contract, and they rented it out to the SWAT team to do training. So I was like, if they're into those government contracts and all of a sudden they're tearing down a building that's like right across the street from the hospital, chances are that's what they're probably going to want to use it for, right? Unless those isolation facilities aren't even real, which I highly doubt that's the case, because I've actually heard official stories about them talking about building them. But I know our Prime Minister tried to backtrack and said that it's just a myth or whatever. And I think I even have the official government document. I saved it on my computer. So unless the government's making up fake documents now, maybe they just changed their mind and then that's what he meant. That could be it. And I was thinking, man, that was a really weird sequence of events. For my disc to break so that I couldn't disc golf. For my bike to break so I couldn't even bike to the disc golf course if I wanted to. And then making that vlog, and then, man, the very same day I'm uploading it, I find out more information about part 2 to film next. That was a really weird series of events. But maybe it just seems that way because I'm attaching things together that aren't really attached. So yeah, seems a little bit weird. Maybe it's nothing. I usually do things in reverse though, so every time something weird happens in reverse, it's never that much of a surprise to me. It's been my whole life has been like that. Yeah, I hope I don't got any more audio problems ruining the show today. Sorry again for opening the YouTube without muting it. I'll try to remember that for next time. And dear God, we know how that's gonna go. Yeah, when is Sober October over? For me, today is the 21st. Yeah, has anyone else had those coordinated attacks at Walmarts in your cities? Someone was posting that our city wasn't the only one that it happened in. I don't know, my town, like a small German town at the beginning when I first lived here, there was almost no crime. It's like the police almost had to go around as like a joke because there was nothing they could do to arrest anyone. It's weird how just a few decades of mass migrations and it's like a fucking hellhole for crime. But it does give the police something to do. I guess that's what Europe is starting to experience too, right? Like a lot of countries in Europe never realized that when they let in mass migrations from other cultures that a lot of other cultures have serious crime problems. And our countries aren't really accustomed to dealing with it. So maybe there is something with the police not being able to handle some shit. But to blame the police for everything, I think that's quite the stretch. No, who is it? Sony came out with a message today saying that the PlayStation 5 supports defunding the police. I was like, alright, it's the last fucking dime I ever give to Sony. I'm defunding Sony now. They're not getting a fucking dime from me. They want to defund the police? Go fuck themselves. Sons of bitches. Well, it's got to be another one of those opposites, so... No, what was it, that one store in the States? I forget what it was, like some newspaper, or maybe it was like a coffee chain. They were completely in favor of defunding the police. Then the rioters came and burned their fucking office to the ground. Guess who they tried to call? Defund the police. Now, one of the musicians I listened to, she was all in supporting of defunding our local police. And I was gonna defriend her and everything, and I'm like, man, I shouldn't freak out over people's opposite political agendas. So I let that one slide, and she's a hot babe. Well, at least she used to be. Man, she started the veganism stuff really young, and man, she's hyper aging. Like, I'd say she's probably in her 20s, and she's looking 50. It's like, I feel really sorry for her. It's like, I can't believe how many young women fall for that vegan agenda. Yeah, it's like, you'd be surprised, like, how much fucking animal products rejuvenate your hair, your skin. Fucking avocado skin probably isn't going to be the greatest for you. Not that I'm a medical expert, who knows, maybe they're right. Depriving yourself of 15 essential nutrients is probably great for your health. I have no idea. Now, I'm not even totally against the vegan agenda. I actually like vegan foods for when I'm fasting. Because, man, you can lose weight like crazy. Well, for me especially. Because I burn like a lot of calories being over 200 pounds, big guy. If I start working out, like, holy shit, if I work out on a vegan diet, I'll be just dropping the pounds like crazy. So yeah, it's not so bad for a temporary diet, but to try to preach it to people as a lifestyle to do every day, it's almost like telling them to do heroin. Probably have a better survival rate on heroin. I didn't even realize how bad the vegan problem was until I went to my clinic. Like, my doctor's office is also the walk-in clinic office. So they get like a lot of patients going in and out. And then I was in the office and they're like screening people. I can't remember what I was in there for, some sort of health issues. And the first thing, you know what the nurse asked me? She's like, have you recently changed your diet to become vegan? I was like, no, why the hell are you asking that? And she goes, you would not believe we have a fucking pandemic in our city of young people who have been convinced that the vegan diet will help their health. And they're fucking all coming into the walk-in clinic fucking dying of various diseases. Like autoimmune disorders that you can develop, like pancreatic cancers, and like now it's the first question they ask. They're like, hey, have you recently become vegan? Fucking eat some meat and get the hell out of our office. I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa. It's like, is this vegan shit really that off the hook? And she was not kidding. She was like pissed about it. And I was like, yeah, like, I'd be pissed too if I worked at a clinic and all these young people are coming in dying, thinking that veganism was going to cure their health. That was a funny thing too. She said a lot of them were already healthy to begin with. They started becoming vegan to improve their health. Then they end up in the fucking emergency room in their 20s because they're fucking dying from not having animal products. Now the big one is women, right? Like if women have the menstrual cycles all the time and they're not getting iron anymore from red meat, all of a sudden they become anemic, or what is it? They even lose their periods in their 20s. I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked it up and I found out that's one of the things from the vegan gurus. They say women losing their menstrual cycle in their 20s is a sign of ridding the toxins from their body. The menstrual cycle is a toxin to the vegans. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. That's the craziest fucking shit I've ever heard. Well, maybe not the craziest, but pretty close. I think I have a few things that'll top that. Oh well. Yeah, to each their own. I guess everyone's got to make that mistake, but I just feel bad when I see young women make that mistake because they can only have kids for a certain amount of time in their life, right? So if they become vegan for that time and lose their menstrual cycle, if they realize when they're 40 or 50 that it was a horrible mistake, then they just lost the entire opportunity to have a family. So that's why I don't get it. Like, why are all these vegan channels allowed on YouTube promoting the fucking disastrous diet when that is like health advice that is ruining people's lives? I guess technically I'm in favor of them being allowed to say whatever they want, but I'm like, if they can do it, why can't we, right? It's just not fair. Yeah, that's some of the racial segregation laws that have been happening in Canada. Some people are starting to get really pissed about it. They're like, how come some people, depending on the color of their skin, are allowed to fish all year long? But if your skin's white, you're not allowed to fish, you have to follow these rules. You're like, wait a minute, we all live in the same country here. Why are we having segregated laws for fucking who lives here or not? It's not like the fucking land was captured yesterday. It's fucking hundreds of years ago. It's like well in the past now. There's no reason to have these fucking racial segregation laws anymore. It's fucked up. So yeah, it's like either everyone's equal or we're not, right? Like, you can't go around preaching to everyone that everyone's equal and then the next day fucking pass laws that depend on what your skin color is. It's like, what the fuck? That does not make any sense. Oh shit, we're fighting a crime fighter. I was wondering why we're dying so bad. Come on, Samson. Don't hit crime fighter. There we go. Get rid of the sword god. If I had to guess, we're not going to win this, but we'll give it a damn try. Alright, the healer's fucked. Oh, she's tombstone, so she'll be coming back. Right, so today, guys, I'm still working on processing my plants. I was going to give you guys the total how much I harvested this year. I don't know, it's going to be a lot to weigh, but I've already given away quite a bit too. I think I gave around a QP away already, a quarter pound. Was it 4 ounces? Just like this one guy I used to work with, young guy, I was giving him a hard time a lot at work because, man, you can tell that I'm very fucking, I don't like to be controlled, so we have a hard time working together because it was his job to give me orders and shit, and I was giving him a hard time. So I felt bad about it, so I gave him an ounce of my weed. I'll have to ask him when I see him next shift if he liked it or not. I know a lot of people didn't like my weed because I wasn't able to trim it properly. And people want really well trimmed weed. Yeah, and then gave my brother an ounce. Oh, and then when it came to the games night, I gave all my friends from my old job some weed too. They all kept talking about buying it off me. I'm like, guys, it's like I grew so much, just take it. It's like I'm not even going to be able to use it all, so might as well someone take it that can use it. And that's why I wish we had less rules on YouTube. Imagine my viewers if I could give weed away to you guys. Bet you some of you would want it. But you're probably too young anyway, so... Ah, crime fighter's dead. That's a good sign. Alright, we gotta kill this healer again. Come on, Samson. Do your trick. Oh god, Samson. You call that a trick? Okay, we gotta stun everyone. Man, it seems like even the Wright brothers is hitting stronger than Samson these days. Come on, Uncle Joe. Why can't you freeze anyone, man? I hope this is for the gold battle. Looks like the end of the showtime too. I'll give you guys the updates on the virtual maid sex machine. I found out what happened with my order. When you sign up for the Kickstarter thing or the Indiegogo or whatever it is, make sure you sign up to the email list. Because I forgot to give them my email on the email list thing, so they had no way to get back in contact with me. So as soon as I signed up to their emailing list today, they're like, holy shit, here's your order number and it's been shipped. So I'm like, alright, so that's where I got to the bottom of the solution. I think what it was when I bought it from them, I gave them my like credit card, my name, and my address, but they didn't get my email, so they had no way of getting back to me about what's happening. I guess maybe the Canadian orders were a bit late because they had to come through customs or something he was talking about. Then he also mentioned some COVID lockdown stuff, so... And yeah, they released an update video on their YouTube page, if anyone wants to check that out. They're apologizing and listing some of the problems they had. Apparently the Kickstarter money that they raised wasn't enough to finish the product. So a whole bunch of their employees had to volunteer to work for free until they could manage to fucking get this product launched. So I really appreciate those guys. The way the pandemic is going, who knows? This actually might be the rest of our love lives for the rest of our life, right? Depending how long we let these fucking government officials oppress our rights with lockdowns. Yeah, and for everyone who loves the lockdowns, I got nothing against you guys either. Maybe you're right and ending the lockdowns would be a horrible mistake. I'm just one of those people that I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be dominated by anyone. So, yeah, it's like when it comes time to fucking submitting to fucking someone else telling me what to do, I'll fight it tooth and nail as long as it's legal to fight it. Go police. Now I'm actually serious about liking the police because a lot of my family was with the police at some points. I think they're all retired now, but it was actually not my family directly, but in-laws and stuff and all that, and they are super nice. So I got nothing against the police. I think when I was really younger, I used to be against the police more because I was breaking the laws all the time. And I was like, shit, man, always getting called on it for breaking laws. And every time I had issues with the police, they always let me off with warnings. So I was like, really, I should be very fortunate. They could have threw the book at me lots of times and never did. That's why I was kind of lucky in the generation to be early on in Canada. I think the police were a lot more slack back then because really they almost had no crime. So they're like, hey, just don't commit crimes again, guys. No, but they did pull us over a lot, especially when I had the long hair and leather jackets. They pull us over all the time. So I was always against that carding law or whatever. But then I realized that every time they pulled us over, we always had something. So I was like, maybe that's what had something to do with it. Wasn't just the leather jacket and long hair. Back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Now we just get it from the government. Alright, so let's check out the affiliate links. Alright, thanks guys for watching the show. Really appreciate everyone who sticks through to the end, gives the show a like, and yeah, and the comments are really cool. It's nice having some shit to read for the next episode. Yeah, and if any of you guys want me to read something cool that's like even unrelated to this show, just put in the comments too. Maybe video game news or whatever topics you want my opinions on. I'll mention it during the show when I read the comments. And I'll try to remember not to fuck up the volume. Well, I don't even want to listen to the replay to see how bad that went, but it'll just get me down the dumps. But anyways, yeah, so Patreon, if you guys want to help with that, really appreciate it. Society 6 is my merch. If you guys want that, it'd be cool. So Swag Bucks is the discounts online. GameKit will pay you to be a gamer. Hideout TV will pay you to watch videos similar to YouTube, except they give the ad revenue to creators and the viewers. You know, I was thinking once my vlogging series gets enough episodes, I'm going to apply to get Join Hideout TV. So maybe I'll try to keep the swearing a little bit down in the Hideout TV. I don't know their policy on swearing, so we'll see how that goes. Or I guess I could just bleep out the swear words for the Hideout TV versions. Alright, so anyways, yeah, if you want to check that out, it'd be sweet. And if you watch it on Fire Stick, I heard it pays way more. And yeah, I haven't confirmed that yet. I might try it tomorrow. The cable for my NVIDIA Shield to fix the network problem is supposed to arrive tomorrow, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed I'll get the Shield up and running again. Right, Bitcoin is the lottery spins. If you guys want to do that, sweet. If you do it every hour while you're watching the show, that helps out a lot. The virtual maid sex machine, as I mentioned before, is for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. And if you had any problems with the orders, just make sure they got your email and contact them. They actually got back to me right away once they had my email. Surprising. Alright, take care everyone. What is there? Yeah, if you happen to get... I knew I was forgetting something. Ooh, this bowl looks good. Oh, if you happen to get any miso ramen in your vaporizer and it tastes like shit, to vaporize, because I'm sure ramen's only good for eating. I think I've tried ramen a few times and it was really good. Yeah, so if you get any of that and you hate it, then give the show a dislike. If you don't, you can give it a like. I really appreciate it. Just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. See you guys. Bye for now. Oh God, back to trimming plants. Here's 3 things. See ya.